OnePlus makes a tablet? You better believe it. Earlier this year in India, OnePlus announced the OnePlus 11, but the device that caught my attention was the OnePlus Pad. And like many of their smartphones from before, it's meant to offer something high-end for less. That's enough reason to get excited, but there are many more. Like the fact that there aren't a lot of really great Android tablets out there and not a lot that are really good looking. Well, maybe this guy is the answer. The wait is over. I have my review device. It's time to find out if the OnePlus Pad is worth the hype. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the interesting people I get to meet along the way. So if this is the kind of content you want to see, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right gadget to match your needs. This is our OnePlus Pad review. As green has been the star color of OnePlus for many years, it's no surprise that the new OnePlus Pad comes in this lovely shade of metallic green. Halo green is the official name, and it's more of a darker, rich shade. If you look closely, there is some circular shaped etching on the back. Not gonna lie, it's giving Asus concentric circle. The finish is sort of matte, but it's still a huge fingerprint magnet. The rear camera module is reminiscent of those found on smartphones like the OnePlus 11. It's centered instead of flushed to one side, so that from the back, it's nice and symmetrical. Compared to other Android tablets that I've reviewed, this is probably one of the most beautiful yet. Its edges are soft and rounded off, making the device more comfortable to hold. Speaking of those sides, actually, one side is flat. That would be the top part if held in landscape, or the right side when held vertically. That flat side is there so that you can mount the optional pen OnePlus is calling the Stylo. While we're on the topic, the Stylo is an optional $99 purchase. It's eerily similar to the Apple Pencil 2 in both form and function. Just like the Apple Pencil, to pair, all you need to do is drop it on here. You'll get this prompt that says connecting, and that'll only take a second. While on here, it will also charge your Stylo. The OnePlus Pad comes with its own Notes app, and the drawing tool is also very similar to the one on iOS. Not that I'm offended, it's a great system, and I'm happy to see it on Android. That said, I'm not sure how Apple feels. The writing experience isn't the best. Even if it's glass, you'll kind of want some sort of friction so that you feel like you're writing on paper. On the OnePlus Pad, it really feels like you're writing on glass. OnePlus claims a 2 millisecond latency, but the fine print says only in specific conditions. And at least based on how it feels compared to my iPad Pro, which has 9 milliseconds of latency, it doesn't feel as snappy, but also not to the point where I'd be annoyed. I used it to take notes on Evernote, and that did the job just fine. I also downloaded a couple of more artist-centric sketching apps like Sketchbook and Infinite Painter, and I assume with the right skill set, those will do the job too. Before we continue, a brief message from this video's sponsor, ErGear. Now, speaking of skill sets, when it comes to drawing or illustrating, I'm not the guy, but my producer Chai is, so I gave her the opportunity to test out the OnePlus Pad herself. She enjoyed sketching with the Stylo and the OnePlus Pad on her new ErGear standing desk. If you find yourself working from home, this desk is a great solution for a home office setup on a budget. It starts at just $169.99 for this 40-inch model, which is their smallest size. If you'd like something bigger, they have 3 other options, but the 40-inch model is perfect for small apartments. And even though it's the most compact option, it can still hold a lot of things, like a laptop, a 32-inch display, Marshall speakers, a plant, a vase, a few books, even the OnePlus Pad on some days. The desk itself comes with a sturdy solid steel frame with aerospace-grade lifting column connectors and a long-lasting motor. ErGear says they've tested it to adjust up to 50,000 times, and it can hold up to 176 pounds of weight. The desk can go from 28.34 inches to 46.46 at its highest, and it stays quiet all throughout, only 50 decibels. It's stable too, so much so that it's able to support all the devices on it, as well as Chai's weight. Yep, it's that durable and stable. I also love that it comes in 3 different color options. There's all black and vintage brown, and this one, natural, which comes with white legs and a light wooden finish. This colorway gives the room a bright and airy feel. If you're looking to buy a standing desk, something that's easy to set up with clear instructions, this one from ErGear is available on Amazon. And here's the best part, if you use our code, you get 5% off your purchase. I'll put all the relevant links down below. The OnePlus tablet has an 11.61-inch screen, but thanks to narrower bezels, it's just slightly larger than an iPad Air. Its aspect ratio is also a unique 7:5, so it's more similar to an iPad than, say, a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, which has a 16:10 widescreen. I personally think this is a preferable aspect ratio when it comes to a tablet. That way, it's flexible enough to use in both portrait and landscape with one hand or two. Compared to an iPad, it's also a good aspect ratio for apps that don't scale well on larger devices, like the notorious Instagram. One minor quirk though, because of the placing of the rear camera, some users will find that it gets in the way when holding the OnePlus Pad like this. I've learned to hold it a bit lower than where my hands go normally. Otherwise, my palms just rub against the cameras, and it's not nice. The display is great though. Its marquee feature is its 144Hz refresh rate, which makes the OnePlus Pad feel incredibly snappy to use. While not an OLED panel, I'm impressed at how good it looks. Colors are nice and punchy, and I enjoyed watching videos on it. Viewing angles are great too, and it's sufficiently bright even when used outdoors. The OnePlus Pad is powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 9000 SoC, and for what I use tablets for, it does the job real good. Things like word processing, reading, and note-taking, watching movies, and surfing the web. Now, gaming performance will vary depending on who you ask and what you like to play. For example, Mario Kart played smoothly on my device. My friend Bored at Work, who covers gaming on mobile devices, says it's great for games like PUBG, while my other friend, Tom the Tech Chap, says it's poor. This might be the first time, but I tend to agree with Enabong, Bored at Work, because based on my use, games ran very smoothly, but your usage might vary depending on what games you play. The OnePlus Pad also supports controllers, so you can pair an Xbox controller and dig into some Xbox Game Pass games as well. Speaking of games, the first time I launched a game, I was blown away by how loud the speakers are on the OnePlus Pad. There are 4 in total, 2 on each side, so no matter where you hold it, it's extremely loud, which makes it a great device for consuming content, sans any headphones. You can tell OnePlus has great ambitions for the OnePlus Pad because when it launches, it already launches with a host of accessories. Apart from the $99 stylo, there are also 2 case options. You can either get the folio case for $39 or the magnetic keyboard, this one right here, which comes with its own built-in trackpad. The magnetic keyboard is available in a lovely shade of green that perfectly matches the device. The typing experience on it is solid. I used it to type out parts of this script. The keyboard is powered by the device itself via these pogo pins. that attach with magnets. The keyboard only offers one angle, this one right here, but hopefully in the future they offer maybe 2 or 3. Overall though, it's a solid accessory and it really elevates the experience. With an app like Microsoft Office installed, you could definitely use this as a mini computer for typing and surfing the internet. I just wish that it was backlit, but maybe that's asking too much. The OnePlus Pad runs a SKU of Oxygen 13.1 with some tablet-specific enhancements. Multitasking works this way. Say, for example, you're on a web browser and you want to open another app, you can just swipe up to enter the multitasking menu, press on this icon over here, and then it'll ask you to select another app to open in split screen. So maybe for this example, we'll just use YouTube, and then you'll have it side by side with your web browser. With these two windows open side by side, you could also potentially open a third window as a floating window. So let's just go back there, tap here, and then you actually have a third window that you can move around if need be. Of course, looking down isn't always the best angle, but this is a sample recording using the front camera on the OnePlus Pad, and it's up to you to tell me how I look. Speaking of cameras, the OnePlus Pad has a 13 megapixel rear camera. It's not as good as the cameras on the OnePlus 11, but it's not meant to be your main camera anyway. Still, here are some samples. Where the OnePlus Pad sets itself apart from competition, especially here in the US, is fast charging. SuperVOOC, the same tech found on OnePlus, Oppo, and Realme phones, is available on the OnePlus Pad 2, and it comes with a supported cable and charger in the box. Except if you're in the UK, apparently.
The downside is that while it does support fast charging, in the box, this box right here, all we get is the red power cable.
The OnePlus Pad is packed with a 9,510 milliamp hour battery, and it supports 67 watt SuperVOOC charging. In our tests, I was able to get to 18% in 10 minutes, 41% in 30, 73% in an hour. A full charge took 1 hour and 30 minutes. Not bad for a device with a battery double the size of what's inside a high-end smartphone. With the way I used my device, I got anywhere from 1.5 to a whole week of battery life on the OnePlus Pad. So again, usage will vary depending on what you're doing. OnePlus says it will last up to 30 days in standby mode, but personally, I was only able to get it to 13 days on standby. The OnePlus Pad comes in only one configuration with 128 gigabytes of storage and no provisions for expandable memory, which might be a major con for those of you who want the option for higher storage or who would just like to hold on to their tablet for a longer period of time. Now, the other con is the lack of a cellular model. So if you're the type who might want connectivity on the go and might not want to rely on Wi-Fi hotspots, then you're out of luck. Of course, you can always tether to your phone. And if you own a OnePlus 11 running OxygenOS 13.1, the OnePlus Pad can do it automatically. So, is the OnePlus Pad your gadget match? You know how OnePlus has made a reputation of making flagship killers? Well, it really does feel like that's the same strategy they're employing with the OnePlus Pad. It's an incredibly well-built Android tablet at a price that undercuts Apple and Samsung. And in doing so, OnePlus is carving out a space for itself in the Android tablet space. And that was our OnePlus Pad review. Let us know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Leave me a comment below and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon while you're at it so that you get notified as soon as we post new videos. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun stuff, and for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.